Hello and welcome. Hope you're all well. Live streaming a little bit later than I kind of thought I would today. But I thought I'd do a live stream anyway. I'm going to try and build a lictor in this next live stream. We'll try. I mean, I'll give it a jolly good go. Everything seems to be set up fine. So yeah, here's a lictor. I think I raved about it yesterday. Yeah, fantastic. Yeah, it is the line in the back. I've only just finished building them today, so that's great. Right. Still haven't decided, you know. I might go for that one. Yeah, I might actually go for that one. The pink one. Yeah, let's go for the pink one. Hello, how are you all doing today? So, are actually any good pictures of the pink one? Are the feet the same? Yeah, the feet are the same. Same for all three. I'm going to play it safe. We'll go for that one. We won't go for the pink one. We'll actually go for the green one. We'll play it safe. The next one, I'll probably go for the pink one. So green. We're looking for the green one. Here it is. Okay. So it wants you to do one of the feet first, the right foot. So this is the foot sprue. Yeah, I think that's number 6. So 4 different legs. 6, 9, 8, 10. 9, 8, 10. So how are you all this evening? Thank you for joining me. Have you had a good day? Have you had a good weekend so far? What are you currently working on? That'd be good for you to go through that. Let me just change the quality of my own video so that you get the best stream quality, I guess. Hello Sampler, how are you doing? I'm trying. I've had a very busy day today, so I almost didn't stream, but it was a hit and miss thing. I won't be streaming tomorrow, but there's plenty of content all next week. All next week is covered now, so hope you enjoy it all. I can even squeeze in a review of The Lion on Friday. And this is number 11. Yep, this foot here. And then 9, 13, 10. 9, 13, 10. It seems to be there seems to be quite a lot of parts squeezed into these 2 sprues. Interesting. Okay. And then it's just like a little bit of the carapace and the claws, and we're pretty much done because the head is only 3 pieces, so it shouldn't take too long. How you doing, Kriegsman? Good to see you too. Hope you're well. Yeah, well, should be able to get the new gene stealers for everyone next week. And the termagants, even though I don't think there's that much difference between termagants separately and in the Leviathan set. I think the main difference is that weapon sprue. Yeah, I hope you're all having a fantastic weekend. Been very warm here today. Well, not very warm, it's just been pleasant weather. Yeah, I don't know whether these 3 kind of lictors have different tails or whether they are, because the heads seem a bit different. I definitely would like 3 of these. You know, go for the 3 of them in the 3 poses. Yeah, put in the comments below what you're currently working on, if you're even working on anything right now. Yeah, Tyranids part and parcel is a bit of filing with these mold lines and sprue tags are a common feature for Tyranids, so worth just double checking, especially with Tyranids when you kind of shade them to make that detail pop. You really are going to notice any mold lines and things that you leave behind. So yeah, I got the lion and the rest of my Tyranids during this week, but I've only just built the lion today. Maybe I should have built him on stream instead of this Lictor. I don't know, but I'll definitely build Fulgrim on live stream for everyone. Good, Revan, how are you doing? What do you think about the new Horus Heresy model? What, the champion? My answer to a lot of the new Horus Heresy things nowadays is, well, my answer to a lot of everything to do with Space Marines and new models is everybody wanted bigger Space Marines. So that's my answer really, John. Is you want bigger Space Marines? They're gonna make bigger Space Marines, and what I mean by that is they're gonna make bigger Mark III iron armor, which they have, and then they're gonna make models that are taking a lot of cues from that. It's inevitable, really, that they would design models and sculpts based on a I say new range, you know what I mean? Like, they are a new range. They're a complete replacement for the old Mark III powered Space Marines. I just, instead of them updating those, which in my opinion didn't really need to be updated because they were the same size as 6, would have been to introduce a brand new armor, like 2. I would have rather them brought out 2. Even if 2 was a little bit smaller than 6. Yeah, that's my thoughts on that particular model. I think it's fine. I don't really think it's very traitor looking though. No, I don't think it's that traitor looking. I mean, the mask looks a lot like the Saudacar. I don't know, sauerkraut, whatever. I'll still get him. I think he'll be fine in my Dark Angels force, as I've said in the video today. I just can't. You are right about the off-brand. It's hard to place him anywhere unless you've got your hands on the brand new Mark IIIs, and then I think he'll fit in quite nicely. You got to remember, some of the pictures Games Workshop take of their models are bad sometimes, and it's only until you get the models sort of in your hands or in person that your opinion might change. So we're going on not many pictures. It's I mean, it's not even up for pre-order, is it? So we can't look at a 3D rotated image and things of it. So yeah. The Loyalist one is absolutely fine now. I like the Loyalist one. But you are right, it does look a bit out of place. But I kind of think that's partially due to us not having the Mark IIIs yet. And not having sufficient photos and things. So, oh, okay, Sampler. Well, good luck. Good luck with Clash of Clans. Good luck. How do you think? How big do you think Fulgrim will be? I think he'll be bigger than Angron, which isn't really difficult, is it? But definitely bigger than Mortarion. Definitely, those wings are. I think the wings have the potential to be the biggest wings of any Forge World model in terms of like length. Are the wings too big? Well, I think Emperor's Children and Slaanesh is a lot of kind of beauty and vanity over function, and they obviously do serve a function, but I think it ties in well with Slaanesh's kind of ostentatious and illustrious kind of creations, I guess. So yeah, I think the model works. I think the wings are going to be very big, and yeah, good luck transporting him about. I think the book is off though, if they're just going to have Fulgrim's Ascended rules in there. I personally would rather than bring out a book with all of the kind of planned Ascended Primarchs rules in, even if we didn't see like proper pictures of them, just artwork or something, than just one book with his rules in, because I think that's a bit of a cash grab. I'd rather like a finished book than be fed piecemeal. But then again, I collect quite a few legions, so I would say that if you only collect Emperor's Children and there's a book with Fulgrim's Ascended rules in, and it's going to have a lot of content about Emperor's Children, as well as those other legions that they mention, then that's great. But I don't think there's going to be Ascended Primarch rules for the legions that they've mentioned in there. No. But great questions. Miss these kind of questions, thank you. You keeping your village in check? All right. Wow, that's dedication. 8 years, Sampler. 8 years. Well, if it brings you joy, you know, that's great. Something to pass the time, I guess, as well. I've sort of gone off gaming recently as well. Don't know what it is. Most nights I've just gone off gaming. I watched a few things, watched a few films and things, but yeah, I don't know what it is. Maybe I'm sort of oversaturated with gaming. Maybe I'm just waiting patiently for Space Marine 2. There are a couple of good games coming out this autumn and winter that I am looking forward to, but I think it's been a very top-heavy 2023. I think all the best games came out at the start of the year, up to May. You know, and usually it's not the case, is it? Usually it's the other way around. But a little bit of gamer fatigue. No Warhammer fatigue though, other than I've got a lot to build and review, and I hope I get a decent amount of little grace period between these Tyranids and the new Space Marines. I won't be picking up the Space Marine Codex though. This is a really strange situation that I'm in with these 10th edition codexes. But no, that Tyranid one has completely put me off them. One of the first editions where I won't be buying a Space Marine Codex for the first time. Strange, isn't it? But then I don't know how I'm going to get the rules for all the new units. That's the other thing. I'll probably just have to leave that out of my review, won't I? Oh, I was going to give you, this would be my review part of the review, but Games Workshop took all of the free rules off the moment the Codex was released. Now this is odd because I thought that this was a different leg, but I guess I've got the wrong leg. Oh yeah, I have got the wrong leg. I think this is leg 12 maybe. but it should be this leg, which I think is leg 9. But it's not, because it's this little piece that's piece 9. All right. This is what happens when you squeeze too many things on one sprue. Okay. You're working in your last 20 incessors. Nice one. I think the book art of Demon Fulgrim looked pretty good. He didn't have his spear, had another sword. Do you think he'll have a sword option? Maybe. They like to showcase options in that first look though. So if they didn't show it there, I'm doubtful that you'll get it. They don't like giving too many options in with Primarchs. Sanguinius notwithstanding, I think Sanguinius is one of the only ones, isn't he, that has an option to have the sword or the spear. Am I right? I don't think any of the others really have any options. I mean, certainly Horus Ascended didn't have any, as far as I can remember. I mean, a couple of them had head options, you know, helmeted or helmetless, which I think is always a go-to for any model that expensive and that size and that prominent in the range. I think that is it is a go-to. I mean, I know Sanguinius didn't wear a helmet, but you know, just to have a helmet option would be awesome, just to see what they could do, what the helmets would look like. Really, that's the main reason I'd want one, not for a lore angle. Elder Scrolls 6, yeah. That would be fantastic. Yeah, Space Marine 2 is going to be brilliant, but at the same time I do miss the orcs, you know. Like I like the character of the orcs much more than the Tyranids, you know. You can get any game with a Space Marine in just fighting bugs, can't you, really? But orcs have a nice comedy value to them, which Tyranids never will have. They're just horrific. But I hope we see some of these models in the game. That would be pretty... We might not, because games, you know, take 2-3 years or maybe even longer. So I'm not sure we will, but it would be very, very cool if we saw some new models. Oops, that nearly disappeared into oblivion. What console will you be getting Space Marine 2 on? The PlayStation, definitely, because I can live stream it direct to YouTube. Lion did have the sword and chainsword and different head options, didn't he? You are right. Very good. Magnus, Angron, and Mortarion Ascended. Yeah, that would be cool. I really hope they do. Even if like Mortarion is smaller, I'd like to think that Mortarion is bigger, because there are things that happen in the story which I won't say. And I would like to see Angron bigger than his 40k, just at the peak of their power. Magnus, yeah, I'd also like to see Magnus before another thing happened. So difficult, isn't it, to sort of skirt around story things. But you know what I mean. Try them and avoid them as best I can. Right, this number 4, where is it? There it is. Okay. And then we've got some kind of carapace thing to go on. We might as well grab these now. So 17 and 20. And 18. And 20, so these two, and 30, and number 19. Okay, and then we're just on to the talons. Yeah, that would be good. To get to see some new Tyranids and things in the new game. Kriegsman, I'm sure it'll be cross-platform. I'm sure. You know, that was a good thing about Diablo. When I was enjoying Diablo, was that I was playing on the PlayStation. One friend was playing on his Xbox. Another friend was playing on their gaming laptop, and then someone else was playing on their PC. So I think a lot of games now try and have that cross-platform feature in. Okay, so this will go on here somehow. Oh, just like that. Nice model to put together so far. Hope the Death Leaper is as cool as this, but the Death Leaper doesn't have any options, which is pretty sad. Oh, it really doesn't want to go in. I don't want to see Perturabo Ascended. Yep, no, I agree, Brandon. Yep, Perturabo can stay small. You know what I mean. He can stay untarnished. He can stay sulking in the corner. It's fine. Oops, I didn't even file this down. Plan this week is to finish the Seraphon, which is just the chargers, the Raptidon chargers I've got to do. I've done the hunters, but now it's just the chargers. Right, yes, this carapace part. What do I think of the Norn Emissary? I haven't really looked at it that much, to be fair. I haven't even built it. It's hiding behind these right now. I think that's quite cool that it can take out Custodes, though. Lore-wise, that just would never happen. But there's a lot that wouldn't happen lore-wise that happens in the rules, so, you know. I don't know. I don't know about the cards either. Are the cards more expensive than the codex would be? You know, what I mean by that is the old codex, like the £10 codex from 30 years ago or whatever. So it's a non-Warhammer video tomorrow. I don't think it's Star Wars Armada either. I think it's something else. I wish it was a knife review, that would be awesome. could do a motorbike video maybe. Right, so the way they want this to go is something along the lines of that way with I think it goes like that. Yeah. You know what? I do think it goes like that. So let's put this on. Okay. And then this side we have yeah. I think that could, whoa, calm down. I think it's that way. Yeah, it's got to be that way. Okay. Okay. And then you put them both together in a certain way. Like that. Oh, okay. So they join in the middle. And then you've got this thing here, which also connects. Okay, that works. Okay, we'll leave that as it is. Thanks, Krieg. Lynx Lord, how you doing? Good to speak to you again. You might have to use Element Games to build up more crystal code points. Yep, that's a good Meepish. Nice one. If you stumble on my live stream, you're very welcome to stumble on my live stream whenever you like. Come on. I want to select and then copy, and then I might as well just put it in the chat. Will that do it? Can I pin it? Hey, that works. Yeah, that is an interesting direction they're going. Warhammer does have a scalper problem, but I think everything has a scalper problem these days. I think Warhammer's always had a scalper problem. Whenever we've had limited editions of things, I think people have always take events. I only need to give you one example from an event I went to just 4 years ago, really. The event ran from Friday to Sunday. One of the main selling points of the event was to pick up models that that weren't out, and you could pick them up early. We're talking like months in advance. And people literally just bought tickets to go there on Friday night to pick up some models and then sell them on eBay. That's is it our community? I don't know. Like, I think you need to have an interest in the hobby. So I would say yes, you know, because you need to kind of know what you're looking for and what's probably going to sell and what's limited and not. It's not the case of like PlayStation 5 where, you know PlayStation 5s are going to be rare and the demand is going to be silly high and you can just make some money out of, you know, a low stock. And that was over 4 years ago. And you see it every single weekend with the books. Every single weekend you see the books just no longer available. And it is sad for the people that genuinely want to get them. I've been one of those people, of course. You know. Oh no. How is this thing going, Super? Oh, thanks, Links. I do like the kit. Yeah, I do like the kit. I do like this Lictor. Thank you. I like the Von Ryan Leaps. Everything about the Lictors, well, with the exception of the Neuro Lictor, and I don't know about Death Leaper yet. I mean, that skirt, the base is nice, but the skirt, I don't know. I think this Lictor and the Von Ryan Leapers are great, but these two, jury's out on them. The jury is not out on them, should I say. I need to build them first. That Neurolictor is going to be very quick to build, quicker than building this normal Lictor. I am thinking of having a Nidvember. So November, just painting Tyranids. I'll probably still be building Tyranids in November. I'd like the Horus Heresy box set to come out Christmas though. That'd be awesome. Remember to save up all your element crystals for the box sets that they bring out. Right, here we go. So we're on to the Scything Talons. So 22, 24, and 21. I think it's that one, yeah. And then they also have 23. So all three variants share the same kind of talon thing. And then we go for 33, 37, and then 32, 34 and 31. There it is, yeah. It's on that strange angle. Okay, so that's both of the arms, and then 40 is like some kind of neck cowling thing. And then we've just got the head to put on, which is just a few pieces. 46, this neck, I think it's the neck. 50, 49, 50 and 51. There's your 50. There's your 49. And there's your 51. Okay, we've got some arms at some point that we need to also put on him. Here, sort of tucked away, 41 and 43. Which I think are on this sprue. I wonder if you can put the other arms on, because you do get 4. That's one arm, that's the other arm. Yeah, I don't know whether you can use these arms. But that's it. Look how many extra parts we get. We get so many. I don't know whether we can use these for any... definitely the scenic base parts we can. But that's it. That's it to finish the model. Told you, not... Although you get a lot of parts with the kit, you don't use a lot. I wonder if we get more that are spare than what we use. I think that might be the case. Maybe. But the Death Leap, I think we use all of them, and the same for the Lictor. So I just would have liked more big Gribblies. That's all. It's nice that they've refreshed a few of the kits, like Hormagaunts and Termagants, and but just bigger things. I mean, Necrons, we got a load of bigger units, didn't we? Let me just have a little look. Have you got any Forge World Tyranids? Yeah, of course I have. Yeah, well, they're on my channel. Yeah, I've got the Dimachieron. I probably would like to get the Harridan, but that's it. I've got the not the Morlock, the what's the thing that's like a floating psychic, what's it called? That thing that they no longer sell. It's a something thrope, not a zone thrope. Malanthrope. There we go. I got there. Yeah, I've got a Malanthrope and a Dimachieron, and that's it. And if anything, if I was going to get anything else, it'd be the Harridan, and that would be it. I wouldn't get a Titan. I'm just not a big fan of the model or the material, really, of that one, because it's slightly different material than your standard Forge World kits. Right, so we just clean these parts up and we're good to go. Yeah, having 3 of these would be would look quite cool, I think. I like the kit. They don't take too long either to put together. You can knock them up in about 2 hours or so. I think they'd be quite fun to paint. Yeah, definitely increase my Tyranid force a little bit with this new release, and Leviathan obviously. Here's a question I can put to chat. Which is your favourite Lictor model out of these? I say out of the 4. Let's do Von Rhein Leapers, Lictor, Neurolictor and Death Leaper. Which is your favourite? No, plastic definitely has not caught up with resin. There's no... It's just a non-discussion, that. They would need to revoke their hobby card. The most detailed plastic miniature I've experienced in all the hundreds and thousands that I've experienced is Amalia Novena, and she came out 4-5 years ago. The amount of detail on her base, on her beads, on everything, nothing has come close on any of the other plastic kits. What has happened though is plastic models have either got to the same price as Forge World resin or more expensive. So when people are complaining about Forge World and things like that, it's odd because people are now paying more money for less detail for plastic, and the markup is so much more higher on plastic. Games Workshop makes so much more profit on plastic than they do on the resin. But again, with the I don't like when they release a sort of game set and then they start bumping it up with resin minis or resin upgrades. I think if you're making the decision to have full plastic Titanicus, you stick to it, you know. Yeah, maybe have a couple of variants that you probably couldn't make in resin. I think it was a big gamble for them to make that plastic Warmaster. I really do. Because they could have so easily made that in resin. I wonder if it made its money up, because I think to date that's still the kit with the most number of plastic parts. It had almost 300 parts in it. Anyway, I'm going off on a bit of a tangent. You don't like resin because it's horrible material to work with. It's fine. It's absolutely fine. How many resin models have you got? Absolutely fine. Plastic, I don't like the mold lines. Plastic, I don't like the number of parts. And plastic, I don't like how it takes you 3-4 times as much of your precious time, your precious life energy, to build the same model that's of a lower quality and detail that has probably cost you more. Okay, going back to my initial question. Death Leaper is cool, but the Lictor has potential for adding stuff, but you prefer the Death Leaper. You prefer the Death Leaper? Okay, I mean, I do like that base. I think the Death Leaper has got the base going for it, definitely. Yeah, Well, crikey. Finecast is not Forge World resin. They're not anything like each other. They are totally different, completely different. Finecast is not good. Some models it's not too bad, some it's atrocious. The only reason why they use Finecast was because it was costing them too much to have models in tin, in metal. It just wasn't viable anymore. So what they did is they kind of kept the same sort of molds in a way, and then just it's a more complex process than this, but they basically then use this fine cast resin stuff, and it wasn't the best. It's still all right for detail, but it required a lot of cleanup. The good news is you didn't really have to prepare it. You know, you didn't have to wash it and things. You could just clip it out of the pack and then glue it together and then spray it and paint it and things. So that was good. But for some models, it was, you really had to, you could miss parts. You could miss parts of the flash, you know. But anyway, that's another thing. Yeah, definitely. You prefer resin for characters and specific models? To an extent. To an extent. Look at the current champion that's coming out. Both the loyalist and the traitor champion. Okay. I really don't care that they're in resin. I really actually don't care. I would much prefer them to be in plastic. Why? Because they're generic. They're going to be on the battlefield along with all of your other plastic Mark III Armored Space Marines or Mark VI, whatever you're going to use. And you can't tell. They're not characters as such. They're only champions. I don't even think they're consoles, are they? I think they're just champions. Are they consoles? Anyway, whatever. Characters though, like Zephon and Fafnir are all right. The reason why they had to do those well in plastic was because they were kind of like the first plastic Horus Heresy miniatures of the current kind of game system. I'm not looking at you know, Betrayal at Calth and Prospero. Okay, they were the first kind of plastic characters. They had to do them well, and that to me gave the message that, oh, if we are going to release any characters, it's going to be like this. But no, since then we've had Dark Angels characters in Forge World resin and things like that. I think it depends. I think for generic like consoles, psychers, chaplains, whatever, plastic for Horus Heresy, fine. Because everybody's going to get that same model. The detail, you're not going to appreciate it that much. But for name characters, again, I don't think that there would be that much of a difference with Fafnir and Zephon, which just goes to show how good the plastic was for those two minis. But it depends. Tanks, yeah, of course. There's no doubt about that. Yeah, so I was going off on a bit of a tangent there about characters and plastic and resin and yeah. I don't know, for like consoles, I wish that Games Workshop had gone all in with plastic for the Horus Heresy for consoles and released a console pack, because you're more likely to get consoles in the battlefield than Praetors, lore-wise, that is. And if they released a pack of a console that had 3 or 4 different variants in it with options and weapons and all those kind of things, I think that would have been a good move. Well, rather than release multiple sort of 27, 30 pound different consoles in resin. Or here's an idea, which they probably thought about. Sell some of the resin Forge World stuff next to the plastic Horus Heresy stuff in the stores. How about that? Didn't they trial that in one of the Games Workshops, I think? Okay, all we've got to do is just the head and the talons, and then we are done. So we are on track, but I will just go and grab some water because I've been talking for a little bit. I'll be back in a sec. Bear with me. Oh yeah, Araman's awful. Yeah, you're right. Back in a sec. Oh. Right then. Okay. So we are back. Okay, so let's fix this head together first, I think. And then we can work on the talons. Yeah, I totally agree, John. Yeah, I think a lot of people don't know that Forge World exists. I mean, they have been cutting a lot of their models, especially with Age of Sigmar and Warhammer models, haven't they? They don't really have any Warhammer models on there anymore, which is a shame. You know, it is a shame. Okay, right, put this head together. How do we do this then? That's on this page. So it goes that way around. Okay, so it's sort of, all right, I get it. It's sort of like two halves, really. It's an odd way of putting a head together, though. Kind of giving it the impression that it is a one piece head, but it's not. Well, all right. It's quite smart how it goes together. That's quite cool. And some kind of neck thing here. I have no idea. I think it goes in like that. I think. Really not sure at this point. They say put that one afterwards, but you know what? Let's just trial it. Yeah, that will work. Okay, we're all good. We're all good. So just the talons to go. I don't think they're going to take too long. I don't think. So a lot of people are liking the Death Leaper then. Maybe I'll do a live stream of the Death Leaper. I said I'd do one for the Norn Emissary, so we will do that. Right then, so there are some mould lines along here. And then this like kind of claw thing. Not really sure about this. This piece of biology. I mean, building these Tyranid models and things, it's certainly highlighted to me how many sharp, spiky appendages they have. Even like these hooks and things. Just one of these hooks into flesh and just flak armor and things would, you know, cause a lot of damage. You really definitely need power armor or Terminator armor against these creatures. Because anything with less armor is just gonna get ripped to shreds. This kind of armament is going to cause so much damage to squishy humans. Um, and yeah, that's about it. Yeah, I just thought I'd pick the Lictor because I knew I could complete him in the live stream. There's no way I could have completed the I probably could have completed the Biovore actually as well, but I wouldn't have been completing the Emissary in a live stream. Well, this particular live stream anyway. So let's put these talons together. So yeah, these go together relatively well. And then, yeah, this is quite satisfying, the way that its talons go on. This is pretty cool. That looks very, very awesome. I like that. And then this one. So again, I'm going to start with this here. If we put it the right way. Yep. And then this joint, the claw thing. Yeah, this has been a satisfying mini. I would recommend it, and yeah, I would like to get another one or two a long time in the future. Like, whenever I say things like that, I'm not really gonna go to the shopping basket after the video and order one. We're talking, yeah, many months or maybe even years. Because Tyranids aren't my main army. They're just an army that I like to pick up models for the channel. Just to show you all, really. Right, so that's its two talons. Right, I did mention something about the arms. Could we fit other arms in? This is the big question. So this is a different arm. That looks like you can build. Yeah, that does. So the other arms, so there's multiple options then. You don't have to use these arms. You can use the jazz hands. No, whatever these are, you can use them. Whether you'd want to is another story. Like that, I'm not sure. But this one. The thing is, the arms that they've selected for the type go really well for it. So you might want to keep with the ones that they suggest. Or not, I mean, you know. Okay, so that's the hands, you know, the arms done. Let's put these on. These talons. Yeah, I'm looking forward to the End of the Death as well, both of the books. I think part 2 is only in a couple of months, is it November? I'm looking forward to reading the End of the Death part 2 kind of in front of a fire or something, or, you know, in front of some warmth this Christmas. I think that's what I'll plan on doing. That would be very awesome. Somewhere cozy. Okay, so this is quite odd because they have not lined up. Or they've lined up a bit too much, should I say. Yeah. They've lined up a bit too much. That's fine. I think it's mental, isn't it? Absolutely mental. I really like this model. I think we just splodge some glue all over this little area. Try again. It's tricky because the arms aren't fully sort of set yet. Then the head. Like that. There, done. Smaller than you'd expect, but he is in a hunched pose because I have done that hunch pose. I have articulated the hunch pose based on the options presented to me, so that's great. Let's put him on his base. Not much contact for him going on his base, so again, this will be tricky. I don't know whether I've got the head the right way. You know, the neck. But I must have that neck the right way. I don't know. Have I? Yeah, surely I have. It's just their head they have his horns like up and out. Okay, I think it's because I probably just pressed a bit too hard in. There you go. That's better than it was. Oh, this looks really cool. I really like this Mini. I probably will go for the old school pose at some point. Just to give you like a contrast. But yeah, I'm really happy with that one. Nice. Yep, what a cool Mini. Cool alien type. Oh no! I was a bit too forceful with the acting. Gillivan needs to go back to stasis. He does. You're right. He does. Porlington. Oh no. That is a fine Lictor. It is a fine Lictor. I like it. I think that's really, really cool. What a cool Mini. Yeah, I like that. That's awesome. That is really, really cool. Brilliant. So that's the Lictor done. Happy with that. Well, except for his head keeps there we go. Head keeps popping out a little bit. I wonder if I can just manipulate that just a tad. There. Ah, I see. Yep. Yeah, happy with that. That's cool. Right, we'll leave them to set next to the line, and that's pretty much it for this live stream. I will be back. I might be back during the week. I don't know. I'd like to be. These are all the spare parts, by the way. Keep them to one side. I'd like to be back during the week. Maybe I will be back on the Wednesday and do a live stream of I know people want me to do a live stream of the Death Leaper. Okay, I'll be back Wednesday to do a live stream of the Death Leaper, and then next week Saturday I'll do a live stream of the Norn Emissary. How about that? Yeah, well, thank you everyone for joining me on this very quick sort of live stream tonight. Hope you've had a good time, whatever you've been up to, and yeah, I will catch you in the next video. Thank you so much for joining me today. Thank you for watching. The Emperor Protects.